Albizia flowers, some water lily flowers there, and two loud birds. Sonia Lubomirski, a note on positive psychology in practice. Sonia Lubomirski and her masterpiece, The How of Happiness. I'm reading through the book again, and I will try and see how this can be applied. Gratitude, gratitude journal, letters. I've tried a few. In fact, I even have 3 for the business partner. I'm thinking to try and this is in the goals department, establishing and keeping on to meaningful self-concordant with their meaning, concordant negative, but then they will cry out if they don't get some water. They might blow the windows up. Goals to have a series of more videos for gratitude. Maybe individually for these guys. I think I have one already for them, and there are some other ways too. And one that sounds fresh now refers to flow, to bringing in more activities that you like, that in which you get engaged, that keep you at high intensity concentration. And for this, of course, we can and should refer to flow, the classic by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, in which he talks about peak experiences, the condition about flow being in the zone, the conditions needed to be in such a state, be out of your comfort zone, challenge. You have to have a challenge which is not overwhelming, which is near the maximum of your capability, but not beyond, because you're overwhelmed and it's not. And not boring. So it's the example comes from tennis, where another sport, of course. If you play with an opponent who is way under your level, you're bored, because you put balls in his field, but he's just hitting the net or the neighbors. On the contrary, if he's too good and he's making you run from one corner to the other, if you reach the other corner and then you just don't get any, it's not a flow activity. Feedback, the same from tennis, a good example. You need constant feedback. You need to know that the balls are in on the court, in the field, not out. Concentration, maximum concentration. Time loses its usual significance. A surgeon will come out of operations, will say, let's have lunch. Well, it's late, it's dinner time already, because he thought it's lunch. He had been operating for some hours, 3-4 hours, but in fact there were 8. Time was a ballerina will go on stage for a minute, but it feels like 7 hours in its intensity. Time becomes relative flexible, and that will be flow. And of course, we come back to all these activities. The first 3, in fact, would be included in a group which would be having a positive, optimistic view of the world, and being optimistic. There's this possibility of keeping a journal, depending. That's a great thing, that also Sonia Lubomirsky offers tests. You you take the test and you see what fits you best. And she gives the example: if you're not religious, then religiosity, spirituality might not be for you, and so on. And in the first three, gratitude, optimistic, do not compare yourself with others. It's basically a group of activities that involve an optimistic, positive view of the world. And she also refers to Milton, Paradise Lost. The mind is its own place. It can make hell out of heaven, or heaven out of hell. And we should try and concentrate on the latter and make heaven out of hell. For instance, see this guy, see how beautiful he is, and not concentrate on how loud and annoying he can be.